Hello everyone, happy Aries full moon. This is such a fiery, passionate, and pretty intense full moon. So I'm excited to share with you some of the cosmic shifts that are happening right now and how to work with this energy in its highest potential. So I am just getting ready to go out on a hike actually. So I wanted to jump on and do this video before I and go for a walk. So as you jump on, even if you're on the replay, say hi below and share with me what you are releasing and letting go of in this full moon energy. Full moons are always beautiful opportunities to let go and release any old patterns, any old programming that you're holding on to that does not serve you and that is not aligned to where you are going, because full moons act as amplifiers. So anything you've been experiencing or feeling under the surface, especially with this Aries full moon, it's really coming to light right now. And it is not coming up to keep you stuck in old patterns. It's coming up to come into your awareness so you can choose again and you can choose to let go of what isn't serving you. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome, beautiful. Hello, Joanne. Hello, Shalane. Felicia. Welcome, welcome. Let me know how you're feeling in these energies. This is a pretty intense one for sure. So another way to really work with this lunar energy, in addition to doing your releasing work, is also looking at the corresponding new moon. So the new moon in Aries was on March 24th. So if you think back to what was going on in your life at that time, what intentions were you setting at that time, and now look at what has come to fruition. So even if you don't remember exactly the intentions you made on March 24th, if you think about what was happening in your life at that time, what you were working on creating, and now at this full moon, you can see some of those things beginning to come into fruition in your life. So in addition to the releasing, it's that beautiful opportunity to celebrate what is going well, celebrate what is working well for you, and be grateful. Feel that grateful heart. Hello, if you are just jumping on, welcome. I'm holding my phone up today because I'm just outside about to go on a hike here, but I wanted to jump on and give this full moon report because it's a big one. It's a good one. So the Aries energy, which is where this full moon is happening, is all about passion and drive and strength and courage. And that's why I titled this video Unleashing Your Inner Warrior. This is a time where you can really tap into your internal strength. This full moon is reminding you that you are stronger than any obstacle or challenge that comes your way, and you have the ability to always rise up. You have the ability to overcome anything that you could feel would stand in your way or stop you. This Aries full moon is a time to dig deeper, connect to your inner strength, and rise up. And just to continue going. It's an unstoppable fire energy. Now, the Aries archetype is all about the self as well. So it's a really good time to look at the identity you have taken on, to look at your level of self-confidence, to look at your level of self-love on a deep level. And we don't always associate this with Aries, but on a very deep level, Aries helps us cultivate self-love, which is actually necessary for us to achieve our goals, to move forward, to be the best that we can be. We need to really love ourselves. So tapping into that at this Aries full moon is a really, really big part of it. Celebrating the obstacles and challenges you have already overcome in your life, and remembering that inner strength. So conjunct this full moon in Aries is Chiron, the wounded healer. And Chiron is so fun to study in birth charts. Anytime I do readings with people, helping them understand their natal Chiron is like a big aha moment, because it's where we carry pain and trauma from past lifetimes early on that is actually meant to be transformed into our greatest gift. It is like our greatest healing abilities. So Chiron initially presents as an area in our life where we may feel like a sore spot or weakness. And when we address it, we heal it, it becomes our supernatural ability. It's like what we're able to help others step into and heal. So collectively right now, we have Chiron traveling through Aries, and this full moon is directly interacting with that. So what this can bring up in the sign of Aries is areas in our life where we feel unworthy, where we feel unlovable, where we feel like we are not good enough, we haven't done enough yet. All of those insecurities around how we see the self. So remember that it's only our human self, our ego, that has those doubts, those insecurities, and those fears, because on a soul level, you are innately worthy. You never question that you are lovable, that you are worthy. It's just our human self that questions those things. So at this full moon, you may feel those insecurities coming to the surface, but again, they're coming up to be healed, not to take you back into old patterns. So I saw a sad face there. I don't know if that was intentional, but with Chiron, again, this is actually the key to your healing. We are not meant to be stuck in our pain or trauma. So it's not really a sad thing. It's actually what is meant to be transformed into our greatest gifts. So with Chiron next to this full moon, it's looking at those areas where you don't feel lovable or worthy, and remembering that you actually are. You are so powerful. You are so supported by the universe. And again, it's just the ego and human self that creates these stories that we are somehow inferior or not worthy, but our soul knows otherwise. So we're really like connecting to that deeply right now. Let me check in with some of these comments here. Jennifer, I need to learn more about mine. Yeah, it's such a powerful thing to study. Definitely reach out, Jennifer, if you want some guidance on that, because I love helping people like tap into their Chiron and the strength of that, because it is one of our greatest gifts and abilities. Drew, yes, the ego does get in the way with our lives. It can for sure. And again, that may be coming up at this full moon, but it's the opportunity to transcend that. And remember that when we are connected into our higher self, we're connected into our infinite self, that we always rise up. We always have the ability to persevere. And when we know our innate worthiness and we know our innate value, it's like nothing can get in our way. We become unstoppable. We achieve our goals with ease because we know our inner strength and we know our inner value. And with this Aries full moon, there's that chance to really connect to that fierce part of you that knows how worthy and deserving you are. If you are just jumping in now, say hi so I can welcome you in. Hello, Ryan. Great to have you here. Hello, Katie. And feel free to share with me as well what you're releasing. What are you letting go of in these full moon energies? I love just holding that space for you to let go and release with ease. So another thing that's happening around this full moon is an intense square formation between Mars and Saturn. So Mars is actually the ruler of this full moon in Aries, and it's retrograding right now in its home sign of Aries as well. And this is also leading to that sense of passion and drive and courage. And in its shadow form, it can lead to like outbursts of anger. It can lead to just like repressed feelings, I guess, of like anger coming up, or being kind of impulsive in the actions we take. So we want to be aware of that. We don't want to act impulsively. And that's different than following our intuition, right? When we are acting impulsively, we are disconnected from our heart and where we are being guided. We're disregarding that. And we're just responding on impulse, right? We're just responding in the moment. So we want to be aware of that and dig a little bit deeper and instead ask, where is my intuition guiding me? Where is my soul leading me? And having the courage to say yes to that. Because this Mars retrograde happening at the time of the full moon, it is intense, it is passionate, it is fiery, and we want to connect to it in its highest expression to look at where we have been slacking or holding back, right? Like if you have a project that you want to put out into the world, a new program you want to launch, this full moon can give you the confidence and strength to really get out there and do that. So you want to draw on this energy in the highest expression, and not in a way where you're just maybe lashing out at people out of frustration, which can happen in the shadow. But that's the beauty of astrology and knowing about these cosmic shifts, as we can become aware of what the shadow aspects are, how they may be played out in our life, and we can rise above that and we can connect to it in its highest potential, which is giving us that momentum and that drive to really move forward with our dreams. And Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, right? It is all about the self. It's about who we are. And we need that, right? We need a strong sense of self in order to do other things in our life, like form healthy relationships, build a thriving business. All of that first depends on how we see ourselves, right? And our image. So this Aries moon is helping us cultivate a strong sense of worthiness, a strong sense of identity, and also connecting you back to your true desires. What is it that you truly desire? It's so easy to pick up on the projections of other people and the expectations of other people, but this full moon can bring you back to what is it you actually want. Have the courage to claim that and go for it. And because it's a cardinal sign too, and Mars is ruling it, Mars is like our life force energy. Again, we can really build positive momentum in like taking our dreams and making them a reality right now. Veronica's saying this is so on point. I've been feeling it. I'm so glad this resonates. And hello, Aurora. So great to have you here. And yes, transmuting the shadow, right? Being aware of the shadow. It's not about having judgment of it. It's about having awareness of it and then working with these energies in the highest expression. So another point that I think is worth mentioning here is around Saturn. So Saturn is interacting with Mars, which is the ruler of this full moon, and Saturn recently went direct, and it's about to make some really big shifts on December 19th, where it's going to move into the sign of Aquarius after spending the past 3 years in Capricorn. So I'll kind of explain what all this means. I know that's very like astrological talk, but basically Saturn is the planet of structure and discipline and self-mastery. So it wants us to step up and be the very best we can be. And part of that means looking at the foundation we are creating for our life. Do we have a solid foundation that ensures our success? And it can bring tough lessons. You may have heard people talk about their Saturn return as being a time where they question a lot in their life, right? But ultimately, I've come to really love working with the energy of this planet because it does want us to evolve and be the best possible versions of ourselves. So if you reflect on the last 3 years of your life, Saturn has been activating a certain area in your chart. So this may be relationships. This may be the area of how you see yourself. This could be your career house, right? Wherever this has been for you, and even if you're not sure, you don't know your chart, just reflect on these past 3 years. What been the overall theme? What are the lessons you've been being initiated into? What have you learned? Because now you are being called to take those lessons and apply them so you can step into that next level you. You can step in to the person you are really here to be with like a newfound sense of knowledge, a newfound sense of wisdom, and a newfound sense of drive and passion. So it's definitely worth taking that time to reflect around this full moon. What are the lessons of those past 3 years? I know that can be a lot of reflecting, right? So again, just looking at like what those overall themes are, what those lessons are, and how you can now take that in moving forward. Because that's really how we take the difficult times in our life and transform them into something beautiful. If we just look back and say this was a challenge or this was a loss or this was a hardship, and we don't actually take and integrate the lesson, then we don't use that experience to what it could really be for us, right? Because we're meant to evolve and grow, right? And be the best we can be. But that does involve some reflection and some integration, which this full moon can really help you to do. And just remember, as you do that, don't get pulled back into old patterns. It's about integrating with the intention of moving forward, right? So it's like, okay, now what? What is next in my life? So let me know if this is resonating. I'm going to check in here. And Saturn return in the 12th house. Powerful. It's a powerful time, man. Misty's in the 2nd and 3rd house. Interesting. So lots of lessons around communication. Oh, I'm so glad this is resonating, Veronica. So if you are jumping in, feel free to share what you are releasing, what you are letting go of in these energies, and I will hold that space for you. So I think I probably touched on the main things happening with this full moon. There's a lot on the go, but overall, I'm really loving these energies and the courage and strength it can help us access, tap into, and what it can assist us in creating in our life when we work with it in the highest expression. And remember how powerful we are. Use our power in ways that really serve the world. And have that intention of being the best we can be, not only for ourselves in our personal life, but for the collective right now. Because we're coming into, as we wrap up 2020, we still have 2 eclipses that we are going to experience. So we are still in for a time of major change and major transformation. And that can be really beautiful as well. We are all part of creating what that looks like. So these internal shifts that you're making and the work you're doing on yourself is benefiting the collective. So really use this energy to have the courage to show up and share your message and to radiate your light in the world, because it is so, so needed right now. And so if anyone wants to go deeper in doing this work, I do have the doors to my Sisterhood VIP group open, and it is a beautiful, powerful space. I have a full moon ceremony that's available in there right now, where I guide you through a process of opening up your Akashic records, connecting to the energy of this full moon, and doing powerful healing and clearing work, as well as activating where you are now going. So really supporting you and stepping into that next level self. So that's in my VIP group. So reach out if you want the details on that. We always do new and full moon rituals in there. And there's also Akashic meditations in there. There's a quantum manifestation system. So you can really take your manifesting to new levels by co-creating with cosmic intelligence. It's a beautiful community, supportive community that can really help you navigate these times of transformation and come out just feeling empowered and really living your idea of whatever like your best life is, right? Your soul aligned life, your soul aligned path, tapping into what that is for you and aligning with that. So just message and say you're interested in more details on the VIP group if you are, and it's speaking to you. Otherwise, thank you for joining today. Thank you for all the hearts, all the love. I'm going to continue on my hike. I'm tucked away here. I'm actually doing a hike, and I think the house that's here is kind of deserted now. They probably rent it out more in the summer, but they had these chairs set up. So I'm just like, I think it's okay if I sit down in the chair and make myself comfy here. But yeah, so I'm going to continue on this hike. Thank you again for all the hearts and the love. Enjoy this powerful full moon energy. I am sending so much love your way, and I will see you very soon. Bye.